Vladimir Putin is less likely to remain Russian leader until the 2030s now than before his decision to invade Ukraine almost a year ago, a Western official has claimed. But with no clear pathway to change, it's unlikely that there'll be any imminent changes in the Kremlin. The official, speaking anonymously to reporters today, said Mr. Putin was politically stable before the war, but that people are now talking about succession in a way that they weren't a year ago. But they cautioned that what there isn't, in a place like Russia, is a clear pathway to change. It's difficult to envisage Mr. Putin losing the Russian presidential election, currently scheduled for next year, if he stood as a candidate, said the official. It should be noted, however, that most international observers believe Russia's elections are not free or fair, with opponents jailed and repressed, independent media outlets intimidated and suppressed, and electoral fraud rampant. It appears Russia's renewed offensive on Ukraine has begun, with a large increase in the intensity of fighting in the east. Military analyst Sean Bell says there is no doubt that Putin will be trying to throw everything he's got at the attack and that Russia is likely to make gains on the battlefield due to the sheer scale of its army. Russian forces began their offensive much earlier than expected, Bell says, and will be trying to deliver battlefield success for Vladimir Putin. The challenge for Ukraine is to avoid a war of attrition and inflict as many casualties as possible on Russia. Bell comments that due to Moscow's World War I-style tactics, it has suffered a shocking 40% reduction in its combat effectiveness. In the Donetsk town of Volodar, Russian elite naval forces were badly mauled and suffered huge casualty rates, forcing them to flee in defeat. Russia has also lost much of its weaponry, with 2/3 of its battle tanks either destroyed or not available, Bell says. As for a Ukrainian counterattack, he suspects this will happen later in the spring once Ukraine has been sent more Western weapons. Whatever happens, the next few weeks are almost certainly going to prove decisive, he says.